Good morning. I'm Marie May from Addison Township.
And I'm Dawn Medici with Oxford Township Parks and Recreation, and our special guest today is Marsha Young. Welcome, Marsha.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm so happy that you could join us today. Marsha is one of our volunteers at the Oxford Senior Center and came to me a while back and with an idea, and we kind of ran with it. And her idea has to do about a support group for weight loss, and our program is called See Less at Seymour. So
That's nice.
isn't it?
Yeah.
See Less at Seymour for
One of the women that came up with that idea, so we thought that was a great one to go with.
That's nice. That's nice.
yeah.
So have they started already getting together?
We actually started in September, early in September.
Okay.
And we ran it through that quarter. We meet on Tuesdays at 9:30. And now we're starting our second quarter
Do
after.
you meet here?
We meet in the senior center,
Senior center,
right next
okay.
door here, on Tuesdays at 9:30. Mhm.
Oh, that's good. That's really nice. So is there something they have to do? Do they just check in with you and then they just sit down and start talking?
Yeah,
Or-
there's no cost because, again, I wanted to make sure everybody knows I'm not a dietitian or a nutritionist or anything like that, just someone that has struggled throughout my life with up and down, and for different reasons. You know, you put on weight, you take it off. So I just thought it would be a great idea to have this support out here because you can't really find other support groups. Weight Watchers is all mostly online now, and
And it's good to
And I-
have somebody to talk to.
Right, and to be together.
yes, yeah.
For that support.
Right. I did buy a scale in case people want to weigh in on their own, and they can tell whether they lost weight or gained weight or whatever, but we don't make you announce it or,
Divulge it.
or we aren't recording it. It's kind of on your own.
Sure.
To
And
weigh
is that
in.
once a week?
Once a week.
So a lot of times though, if you're dieting, and I know for myself that if I know that I have to fess up once a week, it helps a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
It'll help me not eat something that I shouldn't eat. Because I know I have to talk to the ladies.
Well, yeah, well, and by participating, you're have to be accountable,
Accountable.
right?
Yeah, that's true.
Accountable. So,
That's true.
so tell us what it's for an hour.
Right. for
On
now,
Tuesdays, you said at 9:30 at the senior center. Tell us what that hour looks like.
Well, as we've moved through this last session from September to December, it kind of started to evolve into different things because some of the people that come have issues with salt, or some people are trying to stay away from sugar. So we bring in tips, we bring in ideas, recipes, anything that can help support these things. The one person that's husband needs no salt in their diet, we've learned different areas of the grocery store that you can go and find these products that have no salt. I didn't know how high salt was in canned soup and some of those frozen dinners. So we're learning from each other.
Right.
All these different things that are out there that we shouldn't be eating. Potato chips are what I'm trying to stay away from.
That's my downfall.
Yes.
Potato chips are my
'Cause
downfall.
it's so full of the bad fats, the bad oils, the bad seed oils. We've talked a lot about that. I have been reading this one book here, and can I show that?
Sure, absolutely.
Someone had recommended it to me, eat fat and get thin. Now, eating fat does not mean eating chips. It means,
Eating good fats.
good fats. Because
Avocados.
Yes.
avocados, your nuts, your beans, those kinds of things, healthy vegetables and fruits. Because the eating fat causes heart disease, risks of diabetes, makes you breakouts, and it also raises your cholesterol. And so, yeah, we've been reading this book a lot and sharing those types of things. Other people have brought in books. We've had, we talk about the Sonoma diet, or the Mediterranean diet would be the other,
It's a good one.
yeah. And the Beach Body, I think Beach Body diet, that's an older book, but we've bought some really good things from that.
And then you guys, from me stopping in from time to time, I've seen at some of those sessions, you've all made something that you have found
Oh.
that works
Yep.
and tastes good and looks good, smells good, and you've brought it in to share with everybody.
Yeah, and we do. We have lots of different recipes, and people have brought in those things to sample. For example, here's one avocado toast,
Ooh.
and we made this, and we brought in, and we don't eat a lot, we just eat a little sample, and then we pass out the recipe. We've had one on green beans. We tried to focus before Christmas on what can we have at Christmas and the holidays that's not loading up on a lot of
And not feel
calories.
deprived.
Yes. So, you know, we have one on green beans. Here's turkey stuffed zucchini boats. So it's been really kind of,
Sounds yummy.
yeah, fun sampling these different.
Yes, because when you first start dieting or watching, you feel like, what am I going to eat? You don't know what you can eat. So that's a big help. That's a big help because you find out, well, you can't, because I don't know about you guys, but we didn't learn about nutrition in school.
No, it was
Growing
always
up?
the
Yeah.
pyramid and
Yeah.
and just basically what
Yeah.
you're
And that
supposed
pyramid
to
has
eat.
changed over the years too. I know I
Yes.
have a copy of that, the newest one. And of course, it's vegetables and fruits. But if you think back to when we were in school, my mom made all our meals at home. We never ate at fast food.
Right. Yeah.
Never. I didn't eat at McDonald's till I was 15.
Well, and if you did go out to McDonald's, that was a special treat. It wasn't something that you
Daily,
daily,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So, you know, we encourage staying away from fast foods. Trying not to eat out. I know you, Maria, mentioned you make most of your food at home.
I do. I cook. But not every day. I cook enough for 2 or 3 days.
But that way you
So-
can control the amount of salt you're
Oh,
putting
yeah.
in your
yeah,
foods.
Yeah, yeah.
Very
yeah,
true.
Yeah, I don't do frozen or canned usually. Some cans you have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't do a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
but they say if you're going to buy vegetables, frozen is better than buying the cans.
Right.
We've learned
Oh,
that in our
yeah.
class too.
Yeah.
So it's
Because the
just,
salt, is that why?
yes, the salt content. I know you can get the lower salt cans of vegetables, but they still say the frozen would be
It's
better.
better, okay. Yeah, I like the frozen.
What other tips have you discovered with the group?
Well, one of our members, or I guess we call members, brings in these weekly menus. And this was something that when he worked at a company, they followed these. And so he's got them for 20 weeks.
Is that
Wow.
like just breakfast or lunch or dinner or all of it?
It's all of it.
Oh, wow.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner for 7 days a week. And then also included on this are recipes that you can try that are on these menus. And we have tried some of these. One was called the green glob. It's kind of like a dessert, but it's very low in calories. And she brought that in, and we tried that, and that was very good. So it kind of helps get away from that sugar craving, but
Does that go with calories? Is that what that's mostly, calories or?
you know, they don't. I don't see where it has calories on here, but I can read a sample of what
Okay.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner would be. Breakfast is 3/4 of ounce of cereal with some skim milk, and then you can have an orange or orange juice. So it's minimal for breakfast. That probably wouldn't be a lot of calories. Lunch, you have a tossed salad, feta cheese tossed salad. You can have a 1 ounce roll, teaspoon of margarine, and small apple would be your lunch. Dinner would be 5 ounces of baked chicken, 6 ounces of baked potato, green beans, and some skim milk. And you can have a snack of chocolate, instant pudding, sugar-free, fruit and water.
Portions make a big difference.
Yeah.
It's the portions, because there's a lot there, but there it also tells you how much of it to eat.
Right.
And that's the hard part.
Yes, yes.
3/4 of a cup or
Yeah.
ounces,
Yeah.
would you say, of cereals?
Not-
You know, not a lot. But
Well-
still, it's doable.
Yeah.
You know, it's very
They
doable.
said that if you follow this faithfully for weekly, you do have
Lose
a good
weight.
weight
I
loss.
think, yeah, I think you would.
Yeah, so that's been great to have that
Yeah.
been shared by one of the other members.
All right, well, love to talk a little bit more about that, but we're gonna have to take a break. And when
Okay.
we come back, we'll go back to those weekly planners and
Yeah.
find out what else you have to share. All
Okay.
right, so we'll be right back.
One in every 500 African Americans in the U.S. suffers from sickle cell disease. 1 in 3 African American blood donors is a match for patients with sickle cell. 1 appointment to donate blood with the American Red Cross can help save a life. Will you be that one? Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood today to schedule an appointment at a location near you.
Welcome back to Senior Break. And before we went to break, we were talking about weekly planners, and Marsha shared with us an example of one day. And it is really important, like Marie said, you really got to watch your portions and how much you eat when you're eating. Yeah.
And it's easy to talk about.
It is easy
but
to talk about.
do it,
And,
you know,
right.
you got to be committed.
Yep, you have to be committed,
Gotta
and
be
that's
committed.
why it's good to have that support around you.
Yes.
So for me, I'm very disciplined with my workouts every day. And I'm very, like I said, I'm dedicated to that. But I struggle with the food part of it. So this definitely, I could see how it could help me. But for those that are maybe really dedicated to what they're eating, but not dedicated to
Exercise.
or taking care of yourself physically, do you guys talk a little bit about that?
Because you don't have to go to a gym.
No,
You don't
not
have
at
to,
all.
No,
but you do
no.
need to physically move.
Yeah, and that's kind of the way we're going to go forward in this next quarter. We're going to talk more about how to bring in that physical piece along with continuing eating healthy. And I know here at our senior center in Oxford, we have a lot of choices.
We do. yeah.
And I myself, I do the walking with the walking club on Wednesday mornings. We don't have biking club right now, but it will start up again in April and we'll go through October. And I just joined up, we bought new bikes back in April from the bike shop in Oxford, and we absolutely love it. We love being with the people, the social aspect. We ride out to Leonard on the Pollyant Trail. So we've added that. And I know, speaking for myself, if I don't do the physical with the eating healthy, I don't get anywhere.
But don't you find that when you exercise, you have more energy?
Yeah.
You're more energetic?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
you
know,
want
it
to.
really
It
does.
makes you want to get out
Yeah,
and walk
yeah.
every day. And
Yeah.
and I know a lot of us wear like a watch
Yeah.
or something or a Fitbit that helps record those steps, records how much exercise you're doing, how much standing you're doing through the day. So I do concentrate on that a lot too.
Yeah, that helps. And I'm sure there's a lot of apps too. I mean, we all pretty much have cell phones now. There's apps out there where you could track what you're eating, track your exercise, and so forth.
And if you're using a walker, you can still walk, right? You just walk at your own
Yeah.
pace.
Right.
You just slow, so that shouldn't stop somebody with a cane or a walker from
Right.
trying to move.
Right.
Well, I know we offer the chair yoga here.
Yes.
So I'm sure those people that are on walkers can sit and they can do their
Yep.
yoga.
Yep. Or stand with
Yeah.
the chair for
We have
support.
chair yoga too,
Yeah.
and it's really good.
Right.
And you do feel it. I've done it because when I was substitute teaching, I was with a class and we did it, and I felt the next day I could feel my muscles had been working.
Actually, in Addison, that's one of our biggest classes, the chair yoga.
Okay.
And they do more than that, but you do what you can do.
Right. And you
You
go
know.
at your pace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so between Addison and Oxford and our neighboring communities, we all offer programs within our centers. So you can always, go online or stop in and pick up one of our brochures or calendars.
Yes, yep, it's
and
online.
Yep, and see what's all available because we've got, like Marsha mentioned, the walking club on Wednesdays, bike club during the summer months, spring and summer months on Thursdays. We do outdoor cornhole. Believe it or not, cornhole. You're
Yeah, you're moving.
You're
Well,
moving.
they were just doing it indoor before
And
I came
there,
over here.
there is NODA to pick you up and bring you back.
Yes, if you need a ride, absolutely.
You need a ride, you call them, and they're very good.
Right, and after a few visits, you may recognize somebody or know somebody, and you may be able to figure out
Yeah, ride
carpooling
together.
if need to.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a biggie too. Just to come for yourself is good, but you meet people, and that does a world of good for you.
We've made
you know.
such close friends.
Yes.
Ever since we started coming here.
Yes.
It's opened up a whole new
Yes,
world
yeah.
for us.
Yes.
You know,
And that's important too,
Yeah.
because
The
you
social
need
piece, the
that
mentally.
social piece, and mental is also a
Yes.
good part of it. So not only just eating healthy, exercising, but having that socialization, that mental part is very important.
When I first moved out to Leonard, which was 33 years ago, I didn't know anybody, and so I got on your bus. You weren't here at that time, but because I wanted to meet people. And it was great. I mean, there was one lady sitting by herself, and she said, "Do you want to sit with me?" And I said, "Yes." And it turned out that she lived on a street where one of my relatives lived on. But we became friends,
Yeah.
and then more friends, and it's so important.
It is.
You know, it's just so important to keep making friends.
Yes.
I know when we walk on Wednesdays, it's 2 miles that we walk. We go through the whole park and then we come back. But it goes so fast because we're talking.
Yes.
And we'll talk with somebody on the way out, and then we turn and we talk with other people on the way back. And it's
Yeah.
just catching up and sharing and
Yeah.
Right. And
good.
if anybody is interested in walking, feel free to reach out to the Parks and Recreation at 248-628-1720. We'll provide you with the information. But Marsha, it doesn't matter your age or your
No.
abilities to walk with the group, right?
No,
Because
no, we all have different levels we walk at.
different levels and different paces, and sometimes some don't even walk the full
No.
2 miles. Somebody's always welcome, or will always stay back with somebody and walk with somebody and help them build their strength and help them improve week to week. So don't be shy and be afraid to come out. So it's a good group of people.
I think one of the best places to go as a senior is to the casino.
Oh,
Because when you're tired, you can sit at a machine. And then when you feel like you're sitting too long, you can get up and go find another machine.
There you go.
So
Move
to
it.
me, that's one of the best places. I tell my seniors, go to the casino. You don't have to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
But just go and, you go on the trip and you,
well,
great.
it
Then you
stimulates your mind though,
Yes.
too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you can take your own healthy snacks with you. You can take carrots and cauliflower
yes,
and broccoli.
yes.
and
But
nuts.
you get up and you sit down. That's the main thing, because so many seniors I can't go because we're going to be walking too much or we're going to be sitting too much. Well, the casino,
Yeah, you have a little bit of everything.
yeah, that's
The
my-
stimulation
That's right.
and,
The friends,
Yeah.
the people you meet. Yeah.
right, right.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Everyone that's come so far has been really excited with this group, and which just makes me feel good because they say it's great, they love it,
Yeah.
and like I said, it's evolved. It's just become its own little thing, and we're not. Sometimes we'll start out thinking we're going to talk about this, but we'll end up talking about something else. But we've learned so much from each other.
And that's important.
And
That's
it-
great.
Yeah, it's good to have something to look forward to every week. Oh, I got to get up today because I've got to
Right.
go.
Right.
So that's very important.
And we
Yes.
have had weight loss too. I should
Oh, yeah.
mention that too. We've had,
to mention.
some have done better than others, but we have all.
But when you see somebody else losing weight, that gives you
It does. It
more
motivates you.
incentive to lose too.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good stuff. We know this stuff, but we
Yes.
got to use
Yeah,
apply
there's,
it.
there's no magic pill, but
No.
we know what to eat, and we know, and we've also talked about how the aisles that you should stay out of in the store. You should shop the perimeter.
Yes.
Because although I see the snacks are starting to come out into the outer aisles,
Right.
and you
People-
still
they're-
see
they're
them, or they're up
catching
by
on.
the cash register.
Yes.
They're catching on to it.
There's the
Yeah.
potato chips. Oh,
Yeah.
I can't.
All right, well, we have to take another break.
Okay.
And I do have a couple more questions, so when we come back, we'll kind of, I'll ask those questions and then we'll recap.
Okay.
All right.
That's good.
So we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Peyton Manning, and I'm partnering with the American Red Cross this year to tackle blood shortages. Giving blood's important because every 2 seconds, someone actually needs blood, and unfortunately, only like 3% of the U.S. population donates. So we have to step up to give and to make sure there's plenty of blood available for those in need. Visit redcrossblood.org to get in the game and make an appointment to give.
The day that JD was injured, I had woke up to a odd phone call. It was the military calling to tell me that he had stepped on an IED.
My role in the Army was I was an infantry scout. I was a squad leader for a recon element.
The Army doesn't really prepare you for injuries. They either prepare you for the soldier to come home or not to come home at all. They don't prepare you for the in-between. There's things that I do for him that is considered caregiving that to me is considered just loving him.
The day I got injured, she got wounded as well. And the veterans wouldn't be the men that we are and the women that we are today if it wasn't for our better half helping us every direction we go.
The Coalition to Salute America's Heroes helps severely wounded or disabled veterans just with basic needs such as emergency financial aid. For our family specifically, they tremendously helped us out with employment through their Heroes Thinking Heroes program.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
All right, welcome back to Senior Break. So a couple more questions that I have, and then I'd like to kind of do a recap for everybody. But one is about beverages. Have you guys talked about beverages and what kind of beverages are important to have along with your diet? And then what about protein too? How have you guys talked about protein? You hear, staying hydrated and having your protein will help you stay strong and healthy. So tell us a little bit about what do you talk about beverages?
We have talked about protein shakes, and there's been some mixed feelings on that. Some would rather not drink drink a shake because they'd rather eat food. They said
That's
if they're gonna take in their calories, they're going to eat them rather than drink them. I've tried a few protein drinks. I think if you're lacking in protein, it might be a good thing to have at night. I find it a little hard to get a lot of protein in because I'm not a big meat eater. We have had someone bring in sardines, and that was the first time I ever ate sardines. They were actually very good.
Were they?
So that was something new that we had.
Yeah.
Salmon, we've had people bring in packets of salmon, tuna, in both the water and we sampled both the water tuna and the oil tuna to see if there was differences in taste. So yeah, those are some of the protein things. Of course, we talk about soda, how bad that is for you. That's a drink that you don't want to, buy because of the number of calories. And then the diet's not good for you either.
Right.
I used to be a big Diet Coke drinker. I don't drink it anymore.
It's not good.
I've just heard too many things about it, and yeah.
We have a nutritionist that comes in once a month, and she taught us to make a shake. If you want to hear it, it's really a good shake. You just put fruit in the bottom of the cup. I use a glass about this big, and then you put vanilla. She said, or sometimes you could put peanut butter and a banana and a few blueberries, and then you fill it up halfway with ice and water and just blend it. It tastes like a shake.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. You can, so she didn't say this, but I put a little Cool Whip on top just to make it look like
Well,
it,
you
but
get
it's delicious.
The low-fat Cool
Yeah,
Whip.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good.
Yeah.
Really good. You feel like you're having a shake.
Yeah.
That's
I-
one thing too, where you're not feeling deprived when you eat,
Yeah, because sometimes you need something a little sweet,
Yeah.
and you just...
Yeah, yeah.
Now, do you usually do that in the morning, or you do it at night? Or?
I do it just as a treat sometimes.
A treat.
I don't do it often, but if you have the fruit anyway, I mean, because you're not adding any sugar or powder or
Right,
anything
it's
to
all
it.
natural
It's all,
sugars.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. It's very good.
Okay. All right.
Do you like avocados? Because that's a good...
Oh, to
It's-
put it in a shake?
Not in a shake, but I mean, I just put them on salads. But
Oh, yeah, oh, yes, yes.
I do love avocados, and that's a good fat. Although they say it's higher in calories.
Yeah.
but
Right.
You shouldn't be eating a ton of them, but...
Yeah. So how long have the girls been getting together?
Well, we started in September. We have some guys in there too.
Oh, I shouldn't say girls.
Yeah, we do have,
Think
we have a few
Okay.
men that come.
That's good.
So, yeah, it was started in September, and this is our second round of it. And anyone can jump in at any time, because if you want these recipes, we have extra copies. Like I said, it started at week 1. I think we're up to about week 11 with the recipes, and it's going to go to week 20.
And what
So-
day are you and what time are you?
Tuesdays at 9:30 in the senior center.
Okay, that's a good time.
Yeah, right here in Seymour Lake Park.
Yeah, that's a good time.
And you did have your class this week, first one after the new year, and you did have a couple of new people.
Yes, we did.
And so anybody is welcome to join at any time. Just because they've been together since September doesn't mean that you can't start now. And I'm sure those that are now going to start or just started also have some, whether it's questions or maybe even some tips or other recipes that they can share that can benefit everybody too. So
One of the ones that started on Tuesday, she also belongs to another weight group called TOPS, which I remember that from years and years ago,
Yeah.
even back when I was in college. And so she says she just wanted some additional support, and she thought it was great.
Yeah.
And she's going to encourage a couple of her members to come.
yeah.
So
Do they, does your group encourage people to write things down, like what you eat? Does that help?
yes, we've talked about journaling. Some
Okay.
people already do that, and some use those different apps. There's Lose It. One is using Lose It. There's the Fit. Is it Fit for Life? Or?
It's something, yeah.
Oh, you mean they just go in on
Like
the
They
phone?
can, yeah.
There's-
If you're good on your phone,
Phone, right.
you can log all that in. I just had some weight tracker sheets made up. I do better just writing this down at night.
Okay.
Writing it down, and I also want to take my blood pressure every night, so I'm going to just, my daily weight, my blood pressure. So I'm more of a visual person than using the phone, but it's whatever works for you.
Right.
You said I take my blood pressure at night. Is that
No,
better?
well, no, during different times of the
Oh,
day.
okay,
Not
okay. I was going to
necessarily.
ask you if that was different, because,
Yeah,
Yeah,
morning
yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, I think
yeah.
they want you to kind of track at different times of the
yeah,
day.
yeah. Yeah, that would be good, then you could have it all in one paper, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
doctors
hopefully,
would love that.
hopefully you can see it tracking, everything's tracking down.
Yes,
So-
yes.
Now, has the group talked at all about maybe having somebody like a nutritionist or somebody that is knowledgeable with exercise or dieting or anything like that to come and speak to the group?
We would encourage that, yes, if we
If-
had someone. And I think you've mentioned you had someone that could possibly come in.
Yeah, yeah, I think,
Yeah,
yeah.
Is it the same one from your
Yeah.
center?
yeah, she's good.
I don't remember her
I
name.
can't either right now, because I don't see her that often,
Right.
you know, but yeah.
But anything, yeah, I'm sure she could bring in some more tips and.
Yeah, oh, and she's very good. She's very good.
Yeah.
You'll
Well,
like her.
good. So if there's anybody out there that can offer that type of benefit for this group, please contact the Parks and Recreation Office and let us know so that we can share that information with Marsha and the group and invite you to come on out, because we're always looking to add value to all of our programs. So, well, good.
Yeah, and we want to try and keep this going too.
Right.
With more people, it would help us
And
keep
I know
this going.
once it becomes, the first couple of weeks are hard, but it's got to become a way of life. And once it gets routine, it's so much easier.
Right. And when you have a
It's so much
good group
easier.
of people around you,
Yes.
that
Yes.
helps too.
Yes.
Yeah, when you
So-
start to see the difference on the scales,
Yeah,
you know you're
yeah.
making some
Or
progress.
if you feel like you're about to eat a piece of cake that you don't really want, but you're going to eat it, you've got somebody to call.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
You
Right.
know,
Or
say, help me.
just
not
push it
eat
away.
this." Yeah.
Yeah, or I don't want to have to talk about that at the meeting that I ate cake, so.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
That's a good one. Yes.
All right, so the See Less at Seymour group meets on Tuesdays at the Oxford Township Parks and Recreation Senior Center located in Seymour Lake Township Park. On Tuesdays from 9:30 to 10:30, please come out and join this support group. And if for anything, just even for the socialization. So good way to get involved.
Yeah,
And-
whether you have 5 pounds to lose or more than that, you know, there's something there for everybody.
Yes. So thank you, Marsha, for coming out today. Really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, give the Parks and Recreation a call or Addison
Yes.
Senior Center a call. Marie and I will be able to try to point you in the right direction. So thank you for coming, and
welcome.
Yes, come out and see us.
Yep, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.